Greetings, everyone. I recommend you not watch this video unless you're a very hardcore Tesla fan. It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday, November 14th, and we're at the service facility at Tyson's Corner. And I just happened to be driving by, and I thought I'd take a look real quick at what's here. So this is going to be a short video of what's going on at the service center. Now, one of the impressive things that I'm seeing here is that the folks in the service facility are in action and working on cars already. And I think it's great to see we got 24-hour almost activity when it comes to service. As you just saw, we saw a couple of SUVs. Looks like that were trade-in vehicles. Really like the white on white. Really cool car. So as you can see, we're stacked up with a lot of cars right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the car with the white on the back, those are the signs of just coming off the truck and haven't been prepped yet for deliveries. You know, we're seeing all kinds of stuff here. Sort of looks like a lot of Model X's. I know the video is not in the terrific zone, and I totally agree. We usually kind of skip this section because half of the building here in McLean, Virginia, is actually devoted to other companies that are doing their thing. There's an enclosed truck here, which is the type of vehicle expensive cars are usually delivered in, but it's not open, so we can't see whether or not those are Teslas in there. So I'm kind of going around the building here. You guys, a few of my viewers enjoyed the comment, parking lot pimping. We are in the parking lot. We are kind of pimping in that we're roaming the parking lot to identify, you know, what's going on and seeing if it's a quality circumstance. Usually when I come around, I kind of like the off hours of visiting the service facility because any Tesla employees that speak to the press get fired. So if I'm here during off-peak hours, I can kind of look around and we don't get in that awkward situation where you might run into somebody and they get fired for interfacing with you. So it's nice to sort of get in and take a look at the off hours. So let me get back outside again. So one of the things that usually I heard some things here. Let me just get out of the car and we're going to look inside of wow, that is a lot of cars. So I don't know if you guys could see that. It's like Model 3 heaven. We usually don't take a view of what's going on, but this facility has, as you can see, I would guess there's probably about 200 cars in that room, and it's sort of the first storage facility that they use here at Tyson's, and then if they run out of space, then we start seeing cars outdoors. So we're kind of coming around the back of the facility right now. Um, so this is the, as you can see, we're into the service bays here, and a prep area. So if you're here for your vehicle delivery, it would be delivered right here. Is where you'd be sitting next to the car, and they're being charged up for delivery. And we're now at the front of the building again, and kind of looking down. So this was not designed to be a monster show with a huge number of conclusions. From what I can see, as usual, we have huge numbers of Model 3 that are in effect. And folks are working at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is impressive to see folks this busy this early. So well done to the Tesla employees. From what I can see, the vehicles have thinned out a little bit since we were here 3 days ago. So we're definitely seeing vehicles moving out to customers on a regular. Like I said, this is only for the hardcore folks. It's a nocturnal view of what's kind of going on at Tesla here in Tysons. I think I'm just going to give you a final look here, and we'll shut it down. At any rate, I want to thank you for joining us once again. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Remember to like and subscribe. If you're first time on our channel, please like and subscribe. We could use some help on Patreon. Our information is below. I hope you have a great day. And don't tell anybody we're here at night, but we did get a chance to look around. Since we were here only 4 days ago, I would say that it looks like maybe 20 or 30 cars are gone from what was here previously. They still have a full complement of storage facility Model 3s, as you could see there, as well as we have outdoor vehicles going on as well. I think my favorite color is turning out to be white in the Model 3. It looks great, especially if you have the white interior. It really stands out. A little tint there wouldn't be a bad deal. In terms of sort of unusual, interesting things that I'm seeing, I can't say there's anything monstrous, but it is interesting to note number of vehicles on the site. You could see that, you know, we have about 200 Model 3s sitting, when I say 200 vehicles indoors, 90% of them Model 3s. We have probably 150 cars outdoors. It's a mix of vehicles, like on the front side of the facility is where they store test drive vehicles, including S and Model 3s. So that's kind of what's here. We have trade-ins for people who've picked up their Model 3s and Tesla's selling. And you could see the SUVs that we passed by. The next thing that we have here is we have service vehicles or vehicles in on service. And that seems to be, from what I can tell, maybe in the 20 to 30 car range. Hard to tell, you know, when we were looking inside the building what those numbers were as well, but it generally gives you a feel for what's going on at this facility. The only other thing is that I would say that you know, the transition to Model 3s versus Model S's and X's being the hot spot is definitely noticeable in terms of, you know, how many reservation holders are rolling on the Model 3 option. I have to admit that the other thing that I noticed, because I've come here, you know, maybe I was doing once a week, but let's say minimum every 3 weeks on average over the last 6 months. And the other thing I've noticed is that it really seems that as we're moving to higher numbers of production, there's a real need for them to change facilities, either try to find a way to take over the whole building so that they can have more facilities for service, etc., or switch to another location, because as the inventory of inbound vehicles for sale has risen, I've seen the folks that run the facility having to change configurations in terms of how the cars sit next to the building in order to accommodate larger numbers of vehicles that have come in. As you saw in our last video, the back of the parking lot even has been utilized, and you know, that's a change. One of the things I'm surprised by, and at 6 in the morning, is that we don't see the service vehicles for Tesla. They have 3 different types of vehicles that go out to service customers, and it's interesting that at 6 in the morning, none of them are on the lot. So I'm a little bit surprised by that. I was kind of watching as cars go by me. I'm a little surprised to see that the door-to-door service vehicles are not here, so it suggests that those vehicles are therefore being taken home by the service people so they can go directly to service calls versus coming back to the facility before going to work. You know, interesting way of doing business. Any rate, I think that's about it for today, or today's parking lot pimp at Tesla. Hi, Michael. Thanks for saying hello. This wasn't designed to be an in-depth show or anything like that, but anytime I'm by the facility now, instead of just putting photos up on our Tesla Fan Insight at Facebook, I decided to go ahead and shoot. And you guys, I've told you not to watch unless you're a hardcore and wanted to see nocturnal activities at Tesla. Greetings, Donovan. This is the end of our quickie show here. This is just a look in on the service facility here in Tysons or McLean. And instead of just taking photos, I figured, hey, why not just put the video up and let you guys just take a look at what's going on here. Nothing more to report currently. Please watch our show and see what we saw in terms of our visit to the Tyson service facility this morning. Have a great day. Thanks for visiting. Tschüss, macht's gut, au revoir, lehitro, choda hafez, and my friends like Donovan from Jamaica, enough respect, walk Woodman.